No team spent more money in free agency than the New England Patriots, just over $300 million. This leads us into a round of buy-in or keep trying. Here we go, guys. In terms of going from missing the playoffs last season to making a playoff run this year, a la the Commanders last season, it's the Patriots that are best positioned to pull this off. So here's how we're going to phrase this. The Patriots will be this year's Commanders. Peter, buy-in or keep trying?
I think I'm buying, and I'm buying because of the spending spree they had, but I'm also buying because of the growth of Drake May. I think Drake May had an incredible season last year despite not having the weapons with him. Now, Stephon Diggs, actually, I think it's a no-brainer for them. 1 year, if he's healthy, great. If he's not, it's 1 year, and they had the money anyway. But I look at it more at like what they did on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to be in these games. I'm buying it. I believe in Vrabel, but I really believe in Drake May. And I don't know if he could be this year's Commanders with a Pro Bowl quarterback already in-house. Maybe that's my issue with the verbiage of this segment, but I do think they're going to take a giant leap. And I think they got a lot better than the Jets did this offseason, who added Justin Fields, but I don't see what else the Jets added. The Patriots actually added a formidable defense and then added a ton of different talent at different key positions.
I agree with you, Peter. I'm going to buy it as well. And since we're talking about gift cards, I'm going to take my gift card out, scratch off the barcode, and I'm going to swipe that thing.
What do you got?
I'm going to go ahead and buy on this because I just think that Mike Vrabel knows who he is and he knows who he wants this organization to be. And when you talk about who he is and you talk about his past in the Tennessee Titans and how he was able to establish an identity and a culture for that team, he has already done so with what he's done with this roster with the New England Patriots. This defense is going to be formidable. They're going to be solid. They're going to be big. They're going to be physical on the outsides in the trenches. And now you see him turning around and trying to do it on the offensive side of the ball. He went out and got Mac Hollins, who's a Mr. Do-It-All, physical, right? Doesn't care about life, walking barefoot. He went out there and got Stephon Diggs, who's out there, who's a heck of a competitor. So you see this identity really brewing. And I feel like if they can add some more pieces in the draft, they're going to be a team that you have to reckon with.
I'm going to say keep trying just because I want to talk about a different one. Yeah. I think the Patriots will have their act together too. But this topic and what we call in GMFB vernacular has huge potential for big font, which is when we say something and then the wonderful people at the social media offices for our network and media group just blast it out there. And I'll screw it. I'm just going to go a crow hop here. I think next year's Commanders are going to be the Raiders. Screw it. Okay, bam, there it is. We got a new coach. We got a famous new owner. We got Geno, who's a really good player, underrated. We have the number 6 pick in the draft. We don't have any videotape because I just did this from the hip. This is how spontaneous you know this is. I didn't give it to the producer before the segment, so we will see nothing, Peter.
The social media people are on it, though, so don't worry. They'll have
all over it. Let's get it nice and neat. You can say the Broncos. I like the Broncos, of course. The Chiefs, the Chargers, they're all there. How about that brain trust right there? Peter, what make you think of?
I like Spy Tech. I like Carroll. I love Mark Davis, but I also love Chip Kelly.
You love Chip Kelly. Wait, running the offense, it's kind of like 2003's best coaching staff you could put together. If you're a cynic, I don't care. I like it. They brought Pete there to be an adult, to have a semblance of control and order. And if they went on a run this year with Tom Brady smiling up from, I guess, the announcer's booth, but also the owner's box, I don't know. I'd like to see the Raiders do it. It'd be really fun.
I think the difference for me here is I think the Patriots are going to be really good, but when we say are they going to be the Commanders, I don't think at this time last year we were saying that the Commanders are going to be there, and I think a lot of people, there's the difference, I think a lot of people are expecting a lot of things out of the Patriots. I mean, you were talking about Isaiah earlier this week, just what Vrabel does and what they're doing to this defense and how it's just his attitude and that sort of aggressiveness that we expect them to take over. So is that going to be a surprise? I mean, the Commanders went on a run that was just, I mean, we didn't know what Jaden Daniels was going to be, and I think that's obviously what made them so special. If you look at, I mean, and we've talked about how much money they've spent, take a look at the additions that they have, and every time it's a new signing, I mean, Stephon Diggs is huge news. You look at some of these names, and so I feel like it's not that they're not going to be good. I just don't think it's going to be a surprise run. I think we sort of expect that when you spend that kind of money, when you have Mike Vrabel in place, when you have Drake May coming off the season he had, I don't think that there's, all I believe is that it's just they're not the surprise team in that manner. So I would say buy-in in the sense that they're going to be good, but is anyone going to be, halfway through the season when they're rolling, go, I didn't see that coming. I think people see that coming.
So now the Steelers down by 11, a little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. throwing here, Rudolph. He's got Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sideline? Do you see the coaches signaling? All the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Rudolph. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores. You know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end. But this one falls incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Rudolph. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Rudolph going to throw again. And that is incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just